Good afternoon from the TUS Gaelic grounds here in Limerick. We're here for the AIB Club Championships, and it is the junior semi-final meeting of Salthill, Knockacarra of Galway and Mooncoin of Kilkenny. Tom Clancy here on commentary duty, and we're a couple of minutes away from throw-in now. The conditions quite good here in Limerick. Very dry day, thankfully, and also a very calm day. Not much of a breeze discernible here in our vantage point in the commentary box. As I said, a place in the All-Ireland Junior Final awaits one of Salthill or Mooncoin. This is the second game. The other game also taking place today is Ballygiblin of Cork against Fulham Gales, who are over from the Lancashire County Board. So that one is well and truly into the second half, so we'll see who the winner of that one is very shortly. But all attentions turn here to this meeting of Galway and Kilkenny and Salthill and Mooncoin. We'll take a look at the teams here first, and I'll bring in my co-commentator, a man with a keen eye on the Galway side. But first of all, we'll look at the Salthill team. And the Salthill team shows a couple of changes from the one that was originally listed in the match programme here. Brian Hyland starts in goal. John Cullinan Quinn is a cornerback. Replacing Enda Gavin at fullback is number 19, Patrick Rowsome. And Rory O'Donnell completes the full-back line. Gary Waldron, Brendan Moran and Stephen Piggott are the half-back line. Shawnee Joyce and Sean Burke team up at midfield. Donal O'Shea, the marksman for Salthill, is at half-forward. He's joined now by number 22, Fergus Hanney, who replaces team captain Michael O'Donnell. Daniel O'Flaherty completes the half-forward line. The inside forward line is Shane Kelly, Brian Griffin and Kenise Crosby. Tommy, just looking at that Salthill team before we take a look at their opposition, Donal O'Shea, the standout name, but who else are we looking for on this Salthill team?
Yeah, thanks, Tom. I suppose you mentioned Donal O'Shea, and he's their main score getter, main player, of course, involved very much with UCD and Fitzgibbon Cup, but also plays for Galway and is on the Galway senior panel and has played twice in the Walsh Cup against Offaly and Dublin. Didn't play yesterday against Antrim, obviously, because of today's game. So, it's interesting to see the two changes there. Enda Gavin and Michael O'Donnell not starting for Salthill Knockacarra. That's a major minus for them, in my opinion. And otherwise, you'll be looking at Shawnee Joyce and Sean Burke out around the middle of the field. And up front, you were going to be relying on Daniel O'Flaherty and Brian Griffin to give best support to Donal O'Shea. But, if you were reading the form books here and looking at the odds, Mooncoin, odds-on favourites to get through to the All-Ireland final. The Galway side, of course, Salthill Knockacarra, Tom, coming from Junior 1 in their championship in Galway. They would be ranked, I suppose, if you take 24 senior teams, 16 intermediate teams in the Galway Championship, and if you were to win the Junior Championship, you'd be ranked 41. But they actually, Salthill Knockacarra, I think, were beaten in the quarter-final of their Junior Championship proper in Galway. So, there seems to be, on paper, a little bit of gap between the sides. But you know what? You never know in these sorts of games.
Absolutely not, and plenty to play for here ahead of the hour. The team is managed by Diarmuid O'Heda, and also in the background team is Donal O'Shea's father, I should say, Eamon O'Shea. So Tipperary hurling fans take note. Familiar manager and indeed selector with Tipperary down the years, so a very formidable man to have in your backroom team. We'll look to mastermind another downfall of a Kilkenny side. Taking a look now at the Mooncoin side. Mooncoin, of course, in the green and white jerseys over to our left. Mooncoin make one change to their originally listed team, but looking down through that team sees Owen Purcell in goal, Aidan Doyle, Cormac Daly and Mark Kearns at the full back line. Martin O'Neill, Paul Hennebury and Jim Delahunty, the half back line. In at midfield alongside number 9 Sean Gannon is number 20 now, that is Kevin Crowley. Kieran Quilty, Martin Gannon and John Fitzgerald, the half forward line. Adam Croke, Patrick Walsh and Killian Hogan. And by all accounts, Patrick Walsh has been setting the world alight really en route to indeed the Kilkenny Junior Championship and the Leinster Junior Championship, which Mooncoin have secured. So we're a couple of minutes away here now. As I said, Mooncoin in the green and white with the white sash across the jerseys, and Salthill over to our right with the blue jerseys. And yeah, be interesting to see what way the teams exactly line up. I am told that the Enda Gavin replacement, Patrick Rowsome, is more of a tactical. Interesting to see how he'll line up against Patrick Walsh. And on the Salthill side, Michael O'Donnell misses out through a knee injury. But on the Mooncoin side, Niall Madden, the team captain, misses out, having done his cruciate ligament, unfortunately, in recent weeks. And we wish Niall all the best in his recovery. As I said, very calm day here in Limerick, so no wind advantage really going to be favouring either side. Tommy, you've mentioned there Mooncoin being the heavy favourites. They have pedigree in this competition. They got to the All-Ireland final in, top of my head, is 2016, beaten there by Mayfield of Cork. So they know what this championship is about, albeit they do have quite a young side and a lot of new faces.
Absolutely, and I think we're going to pause here for Aaron Levine, so we'll come back to that point in a minute, Tom.
Yeah, the roar goes up from both sides there. I'm told in around 1,000 spectators paying in to the two Gaelic grounds here in Limerick, and if you are unable to make it, thankfully you're able to join us here on the stream. Just to pick up that point, Tommy, that Mooncoin, a bit of pedigree already in this competition, having won their way through to an All-Ireland final only a couple of years ago.
Yeah, absolutely, and Kilkenny's record in this competition is unreal. I think Mooncoin, if I'm reliably informed, would be the 10th Kilkenny team to win an All-Ireland junior title. So Galway teams have got to All-Ireland semi-finals, but their record is not good. I just looked at them last night. We've seen teams like Cylon, Annadown and these types of teams, Micheál Brannocks, they've all fallen at this hurdle. So look, I think it's a big ask for Salthill Knockacarra, but I think the opening 10 minutes, Tom, will give us a good idea what way this one is going to go.
Yeah, the referee from Cork just getting things ready. Of course, the half-back lines converging on it. All in readiness here, and the game is on here, and straight away into it is Sean Burke, but unable to go with that position. And straight out there is Brian Griffin, who's moved out from his full forward berth, playing into Fergus Haney, one of the replacements. Haney off the left, looking towards the post. The first shot is going to go short, is it? It's kept in play by Daniel O'Flaherty. O'Flaherty grabs a hold of it, going away from goal and up over that shoulder. That's an excellent start for the Galway boys. Daniel O'Flaherty inside the opening 30 seconds opened Salthill's account. Number of positional switches. We'll try and bring you those as we indeed spot them. But Daniel O'Flaherty, well, a positional switch or not, he made a great start there, and the opening point of the game as the ball goes long from the Mooncoin puck out, but the Galway men grabbing hold of it, and ball knocked out over the line. And Tommy, a great start there for Salthill. That's just exactly what they'd have wanted.
Yeah, and you'd have to wonder there, the unpersonal, the Mooncoin goalkeeper was trying to shield that ball out over the end line, but in fairness to the full forward and who was in there at the time, got the ball back outside. The ball was recycled to Daniel O'Flaherty and he made no mistakes. Just the kind of start Salthill would be looking for to hit an early score or two. Yeah,
and ball with Mooncoin, another, we could say, unforced error there, as again Salthill gets themselves a line ball. I think Don Lochet going to stand over it. Indeed he is. As Tommy mentioned, called into the Galway senior panel by Henry Shefflin, and making early waves in the Walsh Cup. Kilkenny drew with Wexford yesterday, and I should say Galway still in that, and the ball goes wide from that line ball, the first wide of the afternoon. So steady enough start from Salthill as Mooncoin again go a little bit long with that puck out. And looking for number 20, there's a first free of the game. The referee wants to have a word with the Salthill defender. He won't be taking any of that. And Patrick Walsh in fantastic form en route to that Leinster title. 3-6 in the final. 3-4 of that from play. A couple of points from frees, and he's come out to try and open his account here in Limerick. Dead centre of the field. In fact, it is number 5, Martin O'Neill. O'Neill, and it's gone all the way into the back of the net. No, indeed, disallowed. Well, a square ball there. It did, in fairness, it did look like the correct decision. He was in bang on as the ball came in. He was in too early, wasn't he, Tommy?
Yeah, I'd say the referee, Nathan Wall, was in there, and he had a close eye on the player inside. Probably the right decision, but a let-off for Salthill Knockacarra.
Yeah, and failing to deal with the long ball, letting the referee's whistle come to their aid. So Martin O'Neill with that long free, and he's on possession of it here, and he finds his half-forward line. Scrappy start from both sides. No real clean possession. It's clean possession here now for Adam Croke, and he switches it across. Chance of a reply from the Kilkenny men, and indeed it is. We're level here, just inside the 4th minute. Good reply from Mooncoin. Salthill's goalkeeper hesitates on the puck out. Brian Hyland, his first opportunity from a puck out. What does he do? He comes out towards the middle of the pitch, just down in front of us here in the Mackey stand, and Salthill into possession of it as Shawnee Joyce lays it off, but plenty of green and white shirts there as the ball is flicked back inside. Lovely high fielding there from forward, but a strike isn't the greatest. That's the effort of Kieran Quilty, and looks like a hurley has been broken inside there and blocked out for a line ball in favour of Salthill.
Interesting one there, Tom. I think the Mooncoin players were appealing that it was their sideline ball, but once it got a deflection on the far side, the goalkeeper Brian Hyland with that clearance, but I think a touch came from a Kilkenny stick, and the linesman on the right far side gives it to Salthill Knockacarra.
Yeah, well, he broke his stick in the process of touching it, and so thinks the officials here as the cut goes long, but again an extra green and white jersey there. But going back here, they're going to be under pressure here now. Goalkeeper, like the modern day goalkeeper he is, Owen Purcell comes out and is an option for the pass, and good link play there. And a little bit of time here now for O'Neill. Martin O'Neill looks for the diagonal towards that corner, and one of his forwards is going to be onto it, and I think it's Kieran Quilty again. In fact, it's Adam Croke, and Croke at the second attempt gathers it, skips by his man. 3 Salthill men coming at him. Can he pull the trigger? He tries to. He's hooked, but he was indeed fouled. Looked to be fouled there that time by Patrick Rowsome, the full back. So an opportunity, you would think, for Patrick Walsh to put Mooncoin into the lead. Those high balls have reaped some bit of dividends from Mooncoin so far. They seem to be strong early, and in that case, Adam Croke running onto one there quite well.
Absolutely, and their forwards look dangerous. In particular, Kieran Quilty and Adam Croke, they're running at the Salthill Knockacarra defence, causing them all sorts of trouble in there. And you were right about the diagonal ball. It's just opening up that Galway defence in there, and I think we'll see plenty more of that from Mooncoin, Tom.
Yeah, so Patrick Walsh ready to take the free. His teammate just relacing his boots on the end line. 5 Salthill men on the line. So 5.5 minutes played here at the 2 Gaelic grounds, level pegging thus far. And of course, the Mooncoin player will have to be outside the 21 for when this is struck. So Patrick Walsh, as I said, very impressive. Scoring in the run to that Leinster title as he taps over his first and into the lead for the very first time are the men from Kilkenny. So just over 6 minutes gone here, and again the goalkeeper Brian Hyland elects to go long this time to the right wing, unlike the left wing last time. But again, a man from Kilkenny is there. A bit of a ruck developing, but the Cats come away with it. And a chance now early in there, but on the ball, says the referee. Good Titanic battle developing in around the middle. Lovely hand pass off, but that direct ball towards Patrick Walsh doesn't come off. Goalkeeper's going to be needed here, you would think, but good defending by Rowsome, gets it away, but only finds a Kilkenny man. That was John Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald into Croke. Croke skipping out of a couple of challenges, but a blue wall meets him as Shawnee Joyce clears it away towards Kenise Crosby. Crosby, can he grab it? He can. Into the left paw. Takes his solo, looks towards the post, but doesn't really connect with it. And again, a Mooncoin man. And yeah, back to the goalkeeper here is Owen Purcell. Owen Purcell clears it long here. Chance now again. Mooncoin look to be first to it. Little foot pass there. Ruck developing. Who's going to come out with it? The referee on hand. He's happy to let it develop. And it looks to be a Salthill man. No. And indeed it is. Rowsome puts it up, strikes it inside. Another 50-50 ball there. And here is Daniel O'Flaherty. He got the opening score for his side. In fact, it's Fergus Annie, but shoots away off to the right. A second wide for Salthill. Frantic stuff so far. And the puck out is quickly onward. What can Salthill do here now? Another attack for them. Direct ball in towards there, but broken down well by the defending player. Ball into the paw of Martin O'Neill. O'Neill just pops it off to fellow wing-back Jim Delahunt, and the Delahunt looks long. Good defending there. Salthill with not giving it up easy in the full back line so far, and the ball is going to be cleared, but straight to a Mooncoin man. Can he grab it? He can. Second attempt, switches it off here, opens the shoulders, and that's over the crossbar. Yeah, that's third point in a row now for Mooncoin. Their defenders getting in on the act there, and their advantage stretches now. So 9 minutes gone here in the two Gaelic rounds. Good play there. The puck out short this time to John Cullinan Quinn. Quinn takes on his man, passes it off, and ball coming off a helmet there, but it still finds its way to Shawnee Joyce. Joyce looks for the low ball into the inside forwards. Again, the good defending there, Cormac Daly, on this occasion. Can Salthill grab it and get their second point of the afternoon? It doesn't look like they will, because Mooncoin are coming away with it. Ball kicked outside to centre forward Martin Gannon. Gannon finds his teammate and switched across. The short passing working well in this occasion, and this is Kevin Crowley. Crowley opens the shoulders and straight over the black spot. Great stuff from Kevin Crowley, I should say. 4-1 after 10 minutes. That bright start by Salthill, Tommy, has been quickly eroded. Mooncoin on top in a lot of sectors.
Yeah, they're on top all over the field now, Tom, as you rightly say, and that gap has gone out to 3 points. We've had, I think, 4 different scores now as well for Mooncoin. So Salthill need to get another score now, just to give themselves a bit of confidence. They're trying hard. They've had 2 wides, but a player goes to ground there. The referee says play on. But one interesting thing is that Don Lachey has seen very little ball at the moment. I'm not quite sure if he's been double marked or the play just isn't going over that side of the field. But for a county star, we've seen very little of him yet.
Yeah, very little of O'Shea, but plenty of Mooncoin as their corner forward Adam Crook steps away from a couple of challenges, and unfortunately for him that goes just outside the post, and a first wide for Mooncoin. But, as Tommy
very tight there, Tom. That one, look, from our vantage point here in the gantry, that could easily have been given on any other given day, but the umpire deemed it to have gone the wrong side of the upright. Yeah,
some of the Mooncoin supporters beneath us looked happy with it, but the umpire is the man with the decision, and he waved it wide. So the gap remains 3, as this time is Croke. Can he make amends for that? He can. That's expertly taken. In fact, it wasn't Croke. It's the man with the white helmet.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah, it's John Fitzgerald wearing number 12, stretching that advantage. 5 points to 1. 11 minutes gone here now, and the Salthill puck out under a bit of pressure, not really retaining possession from it. 50-50 ball on a lot of occasions, and another one here that becomes in favour of Mooncoin. Sean Gannon sends it inside. They've scored plenty of goals on their run, indeed 3 in the Kilkenny final, but it looked to take a point there, but that evens up that statistic at 2 wides apiece. And the instructions from the Salthill bench will hear about those, Tommy, just to settle down. Nothing won or lost here yet.
No, but
just a bit of composure needed.
Yeah, but still, they're nearly 12 minutes gone. They got the first score after 30 seconds, and they've threatened very little since, Tom. They've had 2 wides, but the danger for Salthill Knockacarra is now if that Mooncoin happen to get a goal in the next few minutes, which they're very likely to do with the way they're playing at the moment. They're on top in most sectors, and right now they're running havoc here, and there's a chance for scoring again.
They're happy enough to take a point, are they? Well, they would have been, because that effort goes to the left and wide. Yeah, the game could quickly get away from Salthill, you feel. 5 points to 1. We've had the removal of a lot of COVID restrictions, thankfully, in the last couple of days, but the water breaks incoming. Salthill will probably be thankful that there is one on the way as we speak. Ball switched out to Gary Waldron. Waldron just puts it up and sends it in direct, But again, Mooncoin defenders right on top of their men, and that means they can grab possession. Ball out towards O'Neill. Martin O'Neill sends it long. But there's a covering player there in a yellow helmet, and a ball switched out to John Cullinan Quinn. Quinn off the right, sends it direct again. But again, up comes a man with a big winner, and that's Aidan Doyle. In fact, it's Mark Kearns goes back to the goalkeeper, Purcell. And Purcell, one of those 5 players who played in that All-Ireland final last to Mayfield, still in between the sticks. And a poor clearance there from Rowsome allows Mooncoin build, but grabbed by Gary Waldron. Waldron once again clears these lines. A lot of 50-50 balls there. No direct ball into space, it would appear, from Salthill. And they get another chance to launch an attack. This time it's Sean Burke. Burke, that's more like it. A bit of a passed ball, this time to O'Flaherty. O'Flaherty, their only scorer so far, goes back to Donal O'Shea. And I think we've just seen why Donal O'Shea is mooted as a future Galway star. A young man, but carrying plenty here. That's a great score, isn't it, Tommy? He just settles down and just plants the feet straight over the bar.
Yeah, you know, he's in the Galway panel for a reason, and you know, Shefflin has seen something that he likes about this guy, and he is young all the time, and star, as I said, as well with Fitzgibbon Cup side UCD, but that's just probably a snapshot of what he's capable of, but they need that, and they need a bit more as well.
Yeah, and it's a reply from Mooncoin. There isn't a 4 wides now. I think that's 3 wides since their last score, so a bit of a concern for them. O'Shea, after he got that point, just cajoling his teammates to say, come on, we're in this, we can do it. And they'll have a line ball on the open stand side here in the 2 Gaelic grounds. Busy day of GA action, of course. Ballyhale Shamrocks, the other Kilkenny side, in action this afternoon in the All-Ireland semi-final. So chance now for
another Galway Kilkenny clash there in Thurles at 3:30 as well, as you mentioned, and I'm sure there's hundreds of thousands of people looking forward to that one, and you know, interesting spectators will be Henry Shefflin down watching his own club.
That's right.
Trying to pick out the best of St. Thomas's for his own Galway squad.
Yeah, 2 heavyweights of the club game, St. Thomas's and indeed Ballyhale Shamrocks, as the ball is struck in towards the posts. There's a roar, and there's a roar of come on, because that is one of the best scores of the afternoon so far. Just beyond the 15-minute mark, there is indeed the water break, I think. No, the referee is Mr. Nathan Wall is telling the full forward to come out of there.
Not quite sure what the referee is on about there.
Not happy with something, Tommy, but
you know, you'd have to be happy from a Salthill perspective with that score. That was a huge score by the guy on the corner forward who goes to gather it again now. I think it's the number 13, if I'm not mistaken, Shane Kelly. Shane Kelly, I think that got that one.
We're giving him the credit for the moment anyway. A very well taken score at a tight angle. And Mooncoin looking to reply. 2 on the trot now for the Galway men. Just bringing this contest back into the melting pot. Bearing down on goal here. He strikes tentatively enough, I think, looking for the goal, but happy enough with the point is John Fitzgerald. His second now of the afternoon. And just stops a little bit of a rat that set in, a couple of points conceded, and indeed 3 wides, I think, on the trot from Mooncoin. So they'll be happy with that. Lovely hook there by the hard-working Mooncoin forwards, but again, O'Shea gets a hold of it, comes back, but he's dispossessed. 1, 2, 3, 4 green jerseys in around him. A swarm and hard-working forwards that you want, but back to Martin Gannon. Great work from Salthill. Out on the sand here at the Gaelic grounds. Ball comes back inside. Here's O'Shea. O'Shea just lets loose and probably puts a bit too much on it. Does he? Indeed he does. So we're now going to have the water break.
Great bit of play there, you know, by both teams. It has to be said, you know, we're looking at junior championship, but you know, you might as well be looking at intermediate or even some senior games sometimes. The passion and the, you know, looking at Salthill and Knockacarra, I think it was 3 blockdowns there. Donal O'Shea was intercepted, but you know, the pressure was put on the Mooncoin lads. And I'd say if you were Donal O'Shea and the management side now of Salthill and Knockacarra, to be 3 points down at the water break, you would have taken that in at the very start of this game. Yeah,
you would, and you would have taken it 5 or 6 minutes ago, and it looked like Mooncoin were going to just stretch their lead and really run away with this. As I said, the water break's set to continue in the GA. For how long, we don't know, but a chance for everyone to grasp their breath. And yeah, it's ferocious stuff down there beneath us. Of course, the Carrot, Tommy, is a place to play at Croke Park, which some players, you know, may never get the opportunity to do, in any code, and they're 60 minutes away, well 45 minutes away now. If you look at it that way, it's a massive card for these players. That a big day out of Croke Park in an All-Ireland club final.
Yeah, I think when you go back to when Sean Kelly introduced the club championships, it was, you wondered at the time like how popular or how good it was going to be, but it's been absolutely fantastic. You rightly say there's been lads from all over Ireland, from clubs, from small clubs, from bigger clubs, who've got the opportunity, be it at junior or intermediate level, to play in Croke Park on an All-Ireland final day. And the atmosphere up there at them games has been unreal, and people get a chance to bring their kids to Croke Park and everything. And in particular, looking down underneath us here, you said about 1,000 tickets were sold. There's a big crowd here from Mooncoin, and I'm sure they'd love to get back to Croke Park again. Likewise, Salthill, Knockacarra, maybe not quite as big a crowd, but certainly adding up to the attendance of 1,000 here, and they'll be quite happy with what they've seen so far, Tom.
Yeah, plenty of hard work from both sides so far has gone in. The, of course, Connacht champion Salthill, the victory over Eastskey a couple of weeks ago. O'Shea on fire that day with 12 points. And the Leinster champions and indeed Kilkenny champions Mooncoin. So they're going to resume us here with a puck out from Owen Purcell. He'll be looking to get a second appearance in his club shirt at Croke Park as he goes long. Ball back inside to wing back Martin O'Neill. He's been busy, in fairness, distributing ball to his inside forwards. Can one of them get it to hand here and have a shot at the sticks? Does he? Eludes his man. That's well worked there, and it's Adam Croke again who finds himself on some loose possession, and that advantage back out to 4, which it was there after about 11 minutes. So Croke gets the first score of after the water break. Good work, it must be said, by Martin O'Neill as the puck out again finds its way 60-70 metres out from goal, but again the green of Kilkenny and the green of Mooncoin are onto it. Ball sent inside. This is Walsh, slips off, the ball is slipped to Walsh. Can he take on his man? He can, and agriculturally it must be said from Gary Waldron, but stops the attack momentarily. But back to Croke. Croke, real live wire. Selflessly heads it across, but Stephen Piggott is there to try and dig it out for Salthill. 2 or 3 Salthill men hunting this down, not trying to give up an easy score like they did a moment ago, and one of those is Rory MacDonald. He can't put it to hand, and looked to be a wild pull there on the ground, but referee, the Cork official, happy enough to let things go. And bit of a frontal charge there on Shawnee Joyce, and a chance for Salthill to clear their lines and launch an attack. With no notable goal chances, must be said, Tommy, so far at either end. But if we were to pick a team to get a goal, it would be Mooncoin. They're looking at, they're threatening it. They're sniffing about there, having a look at it. Whereas Salthill really haven't got that level of distribution into their inside forwards yet. Yeah,
Mooncoin are happy enough to take their points when the chances come. Apart from the effort from John Fitzgerald when he went low, just dipped over the crossbar. But apart from that, there was no goal chances in earnest. As O'Shea goes for a huge
we might have one here. Well, we don't.
Yeah,
oh, what a score that is from Donal O'Shea. As I said at the start of the broadcast, no real discernible wind here at the 2 Gaelic grounds. He must have been 10 metres behind his own 65 there, and that had enough to go over the bar for his second effort. First from a free, ball switched across here now by John Fitzgerald. In there defending is Rory MacDonald, but beaten to it. His teammate on the cover. MacDonald gets the hook in. Good work there, and Shawnee Joyce back there again, but chance now for Mooncoin. Oh, that's a recklessly high tackle around the neck. I think the referee is going to have to go to his notebook for a card for the first time. Well, a manager might be happy with that from a defensive point of view, because it taking one for the team effectively, Tommy.
Absolutely, but you have to admire it. I think it's Adam Croke this down as well. He had 3 attempts to pick up that ball. Another lad would say, will you just double on it or whatever, but he stuck to it and he was persistent. He got the ball, a yellow card for the Salthill Knockacarra player there, but Croke, he just continued on, and if he did get past that tackle, he was in on goal. But you know what, Salthill Knockacarra had to take one, so a yellow card there for Shawnee Burke.
Yeah, Adam Croke, a point in the Leinster final, but the Leinster semi-final has already put his name in lights. 2 goals and 3 points on that occasion, as the ball is sent over from that free from Patrick Walsh. But Croke has been impressive, it must be said, Tommy. He's taken the ball on every occasion at that Salthill defence.
Yeah, well, out of the 30 players on the field, he looks the most quality act out there at the moment. He just, Mooncoin, I'd say, just want to feed him the ball every time, and he's making diagonal runs inside, and he's just causing all sorts of trouble for Salthill Knockacarra. And when he gets in, he's well able to take a score.
Yeah, Don O'Shea's pass doesn't find its target and the ball finds its way now to Martin O'Neill. And O'Neill, well, he doesn't need a second invitation to have a go at the sticks. Nearing double
Second
digits
point
now.
from him too.
Yeah, a second one from him. Opens out the shoulders and stretches that advantage. It's now at 5 points, the largest lead of the match. So, a response needed from the men in blue. But again, ball is breaking towards the Mooncoin forwards, but Gary Waldron there, there's a chance, and it's into the back of the net. The opening goal of the game, and I think it's number 20, Kevin Crowley. Well, I was told during the week he was going well in training, something you hear bandied about willy-nilly, but he makes no mistake there, latches onto the loose ball from his left corner forward position and slots it beyond the goalkeeper. And again, the puck out doesn't go to hand, it goes to a Mooncoin man. Another high tackle on Croak, told to get up out of it on this occasion, almost the exact same position. Well, Croak doesn't look too happy. Thankfully he's back to his feet. It looked a pretty hefty challenge, but Salthill, they get on with it. And the ball is back to O'Shea. O'Shea out to midfielder Joyce, but Joyce blocked down. Grabs it at the second attempt. Lovely little roll pick from Joyce. But again, there's 3-4 Mooncoin men in there, not letting an easy shot away. And that probably is the difference so far. The work rate in around the middle from Mooncoin has reaped rewards, and another chance there to extend this lead now. It's John Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald off the left. That's going to go close, but it's going to go to the left and wide. Fifth Mooncoin wide. Tommy, breathless stuff, but Salthill in real trouble now. 1-9-4. It's pretty ominous.
We mentioned about not conceding the goal for Salthill Knocknacarra, particularly in the opening 10 or 15 minutes, but it took 20 minutes, but it was always on the cards, and when the chance broke inside to Kevin Crowley, he was never going to miss. But Salthill need a quick response now before half time.
They might have one here through Don O'Shea, and indeed they do. His second from play, his third in total. Great stuff from the youngster. Some will say it's a Tipperary blood in him, but he's learned his trade in Galway, it must be said. Great score there. And I'm sure Henry Shefflin will be keeping an eye on him, hoping that he gets through with a clean bill of health and puts in another fine performance for his club. As again, Mooncoin onto the loose ball. Good Tigers defending there, but again, it stays the hands of the green shirts, and it's number 9 on this occasion. And that's Sean Gannon who splits the sticks. And they're now up to double digits on the white flag front. That's 1-10 now to 5. Salthill just need to get a run of 2 or 3 scores together, which they haven't been able to do. Just 5 points in total, and only 2 of those back to back. So they need to stop this Mooncoin tide, which is pretty strong at the moment. Again, O'Shea in the middle of it there for Salthill. Referee, in fairness to him, lets it develop. Ball knocked in to space, but it's going to be a Salthill man, and that's Patrick Rowsome who's on it. Rowsome into the hand. Long ball towards O'Shea. O'Shea misses it and misses everyone, and that's going to be a Mooncoin ball. O'Shea adamant that it is, but in fairness, I didn't see a touch from here. And the referee just telling him to stop his protest and get on with the action. Chance now for O'Neill. Not the greatest of cuts. Very sandy down there at the 2 Gaelic grounds. It's a lack of daylight there. It just makes it a tricky enough part of the pitch. Ball sent inside to the inside forward. Chance now for full forward Brian Griffin. Griffin, can he get it to hand? He can't. And once again, when there's one Salthill man, there seems to be 2 Mooncoin men. And this is O'Neill. O'Neill switches play with the hand pass. And the ball is cleared direct and indeed long, all the way inside to the inside forwards, and this is the goal scorer now, Kevin Crowley, but Crowley switches it across to Croak. Croak takes on his man, has a look at the goals, and a good save by the goalkeeper. Good stuff by Brian Hyland. Croak again busy for Mooncoin. And again, Tommy, a chance of a goal there. He was sniffing about there and just probably shot a little bit too direct at the keeper. Keeper's able to flick it over. Yeah,
I think he was looking for the run off the shoulder of Patrick Walsh as well, the full forward, but he didn't just get up there in time and decided to take it on himself. And, that could have easily gone under rather than over. But you have to say right now, 9 points up, it's all about Mooncoin, the Kilkenny Leinster champions. 5 minutes to go to half time. They're in a very strong position. And Salthill, they're just... Probably there's a little bit of difference in class, and that's coming through right now.
Yeah, but good defending on this occasion. Oh, and the ball finds its way back to Walsh. Walsh takes on his man. He hesitates with the shot, puts it back on the hurley. Lovely stuff from Walsh. Oh, that's a great score by Walsh. Lovely dummy, just to sell the Salthill men. Tell him I'm having a shot here. Hesitated, went on to the other side and pops it over. 112 now. Patrick Walsh, as I said, heavily scorer in the run to the Leinster title. And, well, ref has a word with O'Shea and Martin O'Neill, and I think O'Neill had been playing in the forwards, but has been switched back here to detail O'Shea, and he's doing a fine job of it so far. He's had a couple of points of his own. Good interchange of passes here. Now Shane Kelly has the time to have a go at this post, but his pass is just undercooked, and Mooncoin come away with it. Goal scorer now again, Kevin Crowley, doesn't grab it, doesn't lay it off. Ball back to Shane Kelly. He's told to take the score, and that is going to go short, and the fullback looks to come away with it, and indeed he does. And again, the full back line there doing a great job, it must be said, for Mooncoin. Very little change given for the inside forwards from Salthill. Ball still in play on that far sideline. Goes back to O'Shea. O'Shea doesn't hesitate, but he does send his shot narrowly to the right and wide. A fourth wide now, I think, for Salthill. That margin really has stretched. A goal and 5 now to just 1 point. Goal and 6 to 2 points since the water break. That probably tells the tale of where this contest has gone. But still, plenty of time for Salthill to do something about it. They're just going to need to be more accurate in their passing, and that's another one that is going to be given away. It's Cormac Daly for Mooncoin, back to his goalkeeper. Owen Purcell hasn't waited around today. He's looking to give his defenders an option at all times, and that means they can clear their lines quite easily. Good work here by Shane Kelly. Clearly he has been switched from his corner forward position back into the half-back line. And the referee has the arm out for advantage. Chance now here for Fergus Haney. Haney, can he take it on for the goal? Great hook there. The advantage was over, and advantage wasn't made the most of if you're a Salthill man. And again, Mooncoin launch an attack. Ball sent inside. The busy Adam Croke. He somehow gets it away from the two defenders. Croke takes on his men. Roast them there with a good bit of defensive work. But again, Croke gets it. Flicks it away from one man. Flicks it away from two. Can he rise it? Tries that Cian Lynch-esque little pick up. Eventually rises it. Pops it off to his fellow corner forward. Where is that? That's gone over the bar.
Killian Hogan there, Tom, with that point, the corner forward.
The other corner forward, Killian Hogan.
Getting in on the scoring act as well.
That's right, yeah. Good work again by Croke. Didn't give it up at all. Popped it back to the man in the yellow helmet, the other forward, corner forward, Killian Hogan. And he puts 11 points between the sides. Salthill desperately in need of a score, and probably a goal at that. Something to just raise the spirits heading into the interval. Just over a minute of normal time left here at the two Gaelic grounds. Ball sent long, broken down there. This is one of the Seans in midfield. That's Shawnee Joyce. His inside pass doesn't really find anyone in particular. And again, Mooncoin clear it. But Rowsome comes away with it. Ball into the hand of half forward John Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, without hesitating, looks for Hogan. Killian Hogan on the score sheet a moment ago. He's down over that ball. Good fighting there by John Cullinan Quinn, and in fact too aggressive when trying to play the ball, and he concedes the free. So another opportunity now for that margin to stretch out even further. And it's very improbable to see a way back for Salthill at this point, Tommy.
Yeah, no, I think it's a fair point. Mooncoin, they're strong in every department. Look at their full back line, half back line, out around midfield. Although it has to be said, Shawnee Joyce and Sean Burke giving plenty of it to them out there around the midfield. But it's up front, Mooncoin holding all the aces. In particular, the aforementioned Adam Croke, as he's really is a target man in there, but he's danger all the time. And I like the way Mooncoin set up as well. They don't put too many forwards in there. They open it up inside, and they're always looking for the runner in there. But right now, you'd have to say that Croke is probably the star of the show so far here in the Gaelic grounds.
One thing I would say that's the difference is the quality of ball into the forwards. Now, Salthill have tried the direct ball, but it's not into space. It's more 50-50 stuff, whereas Mooncoins, as we'll probably see here now, it's into an area where a player is going to be favoured for it. And now we're going to have 2 more minutes at the end of this opening half. There's great work there by Patrick Walsh, but ball finds its way to Shane Kelly. Kelly, the hair out the back of the helmet. Kelly, well, we've seen there why he's been brought back. He's winning his own ball, but he strikes that one from a long way out, and it tails off to the right hand side of the goals and wide. So just over a minute left of this opening stanza in the AIB Club All-Ireland Junior semi-final. And it looks like Ballygiblin of Cork have won that other contest to bring you the full-time score when I have it. But they were well ahead of Fulham Gales of Lancashire, and the ball is sent in. Yeah, the referee seemed to blow the whistle a little bit early, but the ball does find its way over the crossbar. Much needed score after 5 on the trot from Mooncoin. Salthill back into the contest, or some bit anyway, with a score of their own. They'll be hoping there's time for one more over to our left hand side, but again the Kilkenny men seem to be first to the puck out. Clash of the Ash in around the middle. Cornerback Aidan Doyle hand passes it off, ball switched across, and I think that is Cormac Daly, if I'm not mistaken. The knee bandage,
the number 7, Jim Delahunty on that occasion, Tom.
Jim Delahunty, I beg your pardon.
See the numbers on the jerseys of the Mooncoin lads at certain stages, but I think it was the wing back getting in the scoring act there, Jim Delahunty, from a long way out. Super score.
Super stuff from Delahunty. That looks like it might be the closing score to half, although the referee, Nathan Wall, is happy to continue. Here's O'Shea. Can he skip through one challenge? He can. Puts it on to Hurley. You clearly see the man has a bit of pace about him. And O'Shea, but not for the first time in this half, unfortunately. Tails the one off to the right and wide, where the referee is calling for the whistle. 115 to 6 points, the advantage for Mooncoin. They've 1 foot, you must say, in next month's final in Croke Park. Still, there will be a little bit of hope in the Salthill dressing room at half-time, but a lot of work to do for them. Tommy, just sum that one up for us. What did you see there in that 30 minutes?
Well, I suppose apart from the opening point from Salthill Knockacarra after 30 seconds, it took Mooncoin a while to settle in, but then they rattled off 4 or 5 points without reply to go 5-1 up. Salthill, their scores are too sporadic. Like, they just had 2 then in the 14th and 15th minute from O'Shea and Kelly. But again, it was that time after the water break, as you alluded to earlier, where they went 1-9 to 5 points up. And we said it at the start, and we said if there was going to be a goal early on in this game against Salthill Knockacarra, it was going to put them under huge pressure. They're trying very hard, Tom, to be honest. They're trying everything. Some good scores by Donald O'Shea, and we had one there just before the end as well. But there's too much quality up front, too much movement in the Mooncoin forwards, and they're getting plenty of supply. So unless Salthill Knockacarra can cut off that supply, they're in trouble. But they need huge, they need a huge second half and a good start to it. But 12 points down in an Ireland semi-final, is their way back? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, well, we're just going to take a little bit of a break, just like the players. Don't go too far away. We'll have the second half action in a very short period of time.
Welcome back to the two Gaelic rounds, the All-Ireland Junior Hurling Championship semi-final of Salthill, Knockacarra and Mooncoin. The scoreline, as you'll see there on top of your screen, 6 points for Salthill, 1 goal and 15 for the Kilkenny and Leinster champions Mooncoin. Long way back now for the Galway men, but they had a good long chat by the looks of it at half-time in that dressing room, because Mooncoin out, waiting, getting a little bit cold, but Salthill back out to a bit of a cheer from their spectators. We're back underway here. Tom Clancy to take you through this second half action, and there's substitution on number 24 for Salthill has come into the action. That is Keith Leeson. He's replaced number 5 Gary Waldron, I believe. So a half-time sub there for Salthill, and a chance now for Mooncoin to clear their lines. We mentioned the dominance of the Kilkenny clubs in this All-Ireland Junior Championship. The championship has been played 17 times since its inception, 2004 and 2021 not played. But since in those 17 times, Kilkenny have won it on 9 separate occasions, and also had 4 sides, including Mooncoin, defeated in All-Ireland finals. So their pedigree, it must be said, is pretty impressive in this competition. Galway yet to have a team in the junior decider, but doesn't look like they're going to have one this year yet at all. But long way to go in this contest. So back underway with that free, as Mooncoin look to stretch that advantage. Triple scores, you could say, 6 points to 18, 1 goal and 15. And it's going to have to be a Herculean effort for Salthill, taking it all the way across these goals. There is Patrick Rowsome, finds John Cullen Quinn, and Quinn steps his man, sends it out to centre back Brendan Moran, and Moran grabs it, opens the shoulder, sends it direct inside. There's 3 inside there now. Ball finally finds a hand at the inside forwards. Ball across to Crosby. Crosby takes on his man, steps out to the left, and unfortunately for him, he sends it across the face of goal and wide. And Tommy, that's an ideal opportunity to open their account in the second half. They've wasted it.
Yeah, I think it's about 7 wides they've had now as well, Tom, which is, you can't afford to have that amount of wides against a quality team like Mooncoin. But one player that's standing up tall, and he's after putting in a good shoulder there now as well, is number 19, Patrick Rowsome for Salthill, Knockacarra. He's been quite good in defence, but again, as the shot comes in from out the field, gone to the right this time for the Kilkenny champions. But Rowsome has been rock solid back there. He wasn't picked on the starting 15. He was brought in at the start of the game, and he's one of the stars for Salthill, Knockacarra for sure, Tom.
Yeah, he's put his hand up. Difficult afternoon so far for them, but he's still going in it, and ball finally finds a way. Shouts a throw there, but they continue on with it. Good pressure put on by Donal O'Shea, but the ball sent inside. Ball broke down to himself. Chance of the second goal of the contest. Flick to the back of the net. And it's number 12, I think, on this occasion, John Fitzgerald. The pillars in the commentary box here just taking my view away ever so slightly, but a second goal for Mooncoin. And well, if they had to climb Everest now, they have to climb, it seems like, I don't know what you could say is bigger than Everest. 2 Everest, is it?
Yeah, it's damage limitation anyway for sure, Tom, at this stage, but not the start that Salthill wanted. They've won a free now and just down in front of us here in the commentary position. But that goal, by John Fitzgerald, was a beautiful delivery by Martin Gannon from the middle of the field. I know the Salthill players and mentors were calling for steps by him, but the referee allowed play to continue. But the way he touched it down behind himself, got in inside the full back line, and there was never going to be any doubt that it was going to be in the back of the net. Yeah,
a bit of a lesson, I suppose you could say, Tommy, for inside forwards. You don't have to catch it first time. You don't always have to do that bit. You can just break it to yourself like he did, and the free from Donal O'Shea, I should say, goes wide. But that an ideal scenario to show a young forward, just flick it to yourself, you can break onto it, you determine where it goes, and he did that, rose it and flicked it to the net.
Yeah, it was a 50-50 ball in between himself and the defender, but he was wise enough to get the little touch on it, deflected it into his own path, and from there, as we said earlier, he was going to finish that to the net, and that's another nail really in Salthill Knockacarra's passage here, you'd imagine.
Yeah, well, as my commentary notes have blown away on me, but blown away too our Salthill, it would appear, but Shane Kelly clears his lines, breaks it early in the process. Chance now. Can Salthill raise a green flag of their own? Lovely hand pass. Crosby goes for it. Saved by the goalkeeper. Followed in. Two players swing for it. Broken down and tenacious defending to stop it. Second, third opportunity. Ref tells him to get on with it. And again, just the determined men from Kilkenny. They don't want that goal to be rattled at that end. And they look to come away with it. Blocked down though by Salthill. Second, third opportunity. Midfielder has a strike. Good save. I think that was Shawnee Joyce on that occasion. Good save by Owen Purcell. And another couple of opportunities go begging for Salthill. Just not their day, it would appear. And a chance now.
You don't know how Donald O'Shea didn't get a flick on that. He was coming right in on it off the rebound. And
perhaps too many cooks there. They were both swinging for it. Both put each other off.
Yeah, put each other off. But it was a great goal chance for Salthill Knockacarra. But Kilkenny and Mooncoin dealt with it.
Yeah, it's just Shawnee Joyce, another man who stood up, it must be said at times, for his side. He cuts that ball in. O'Shea unable to get on it. Referee on hand. Let's play continue. Good work there. Lovely interchange of passes. Lovely. Skips over a challenge. Referee with the arm outstretched. The two number 9s colliding. Sean Gannon fouled by Sean Burke. And just spotted there on the commentary sheet that the 4 starting midfielders are all called Sean. But indeed, one of them didn't start. Sean O'Dwyer didn't start. Instead, in his place was number 20, Kevin Crowley, the opening goal scorer for Mooncoin. And another chance for Patrick Walsh to add to his tally. As another sub is prepared beneath us for the men from Galway. Walsh lifts, strikes through the ball. He adds to his tally. 36 minutes. So that advantage out now, the opening point of the second half. We've already had, of course, that goal from John Fitzgerald. And the substitution here is number 17 for Ross Gorey for Salthill. He's coming in for the full forward. Brian Griffin didn't really fall Griffin's way today. Perhaps the supply ball is not maybe what he's used to. It was a bit rushed at times, given the pressure that the Salthill defence are on. The ball wasn't there for him today, so he didn't really get a chance to show what he's made of.
Yeah, it wasn't on a lot of ball today for sure, Tom. But, you know, having conceded that goal at the start of the second half, the Galway lads, they showed a bit of passion and belief up front there. They're just unfortunate that they didn't get that goal back in response, because I'm sure they could do it just for the feel-good factor alone, and just say that they got a goal or whatever. Donald O'Shea trying to get on one over there now as well, but that's a good tough defence back there as well. They don't let Anton in too easy either.
No, they most certainly haven't this afternoon. Only 6 points so far. Ball now with Killian Hogan. Hogan just going to go short. Hyland breaks it down to himself. Picks it up and pops it off to John Conlon Quinn. Quinn into the centre half back. Brendan Moran. Moran gets it back. Skips through 1, 2, 3 challenges. Looks for it back again, does Moran. But again, just a sea of Mooncoin bodies there. And this is why they are so strong at junior level in Kilkenny. And the ball sent to the left and wide. Second wide of the half from Mooncoin. Mooncoin's history will show 12 senior championships, but only one of those post-World War II. They've been kingpins in the junior championship on a number of occasions. And as you mentioned, 2016 getting all the way to that All-Ireland junior final. So they're looking to go one better this year. They will face Ballygiblin of Cork in the final, you would assume, unless something absolutely outrageous happens here. But Ballygiblin of Cork seeing off Fulham Gales of the Lancashire County Board, 4 goals and 20 to 12 points. That played just about an hour ahead of us here. So the referee spots something off the ball.
Yeah, and that's a long way away from where the referee is, and they spotted something inside. But you mentioned the Cork team. I think is it Ballygiblin, the Cork team
of Cork. There's
been a number of finals at junior level between Cork and Kilkenny. They probably dominated the junior club championships over the years, and no doubt that this one, whenever it's played in a few weeks' time, is going to be very interesting one as well, because they put up a big score as well today. So the referee not happy with what happened inside the full back line. An easy chance for Patrick Welch now to add on another point.
Yeah, you'd put your house on Welch adding another. And their chief marksman hasn't got a goal so far today, but has been pretty impressive on his frees when called upon. And indeed a couple from play as well. So Walsh taps it over. Yeah. Advantage now out to 17 points. Salthill yet to opened their account in the second half. The ball stepped on there and stops in the Limerick turf. And good work there by Shane Kelly. Sends it inside. Can Salthill make something of this? There's substitution. Ross Gorey. Gorey checks back across to Kelly. Kelly's going to take it on, you would feel. Lovely little jink. Steps inside. Driven in, flicked. Oh, everyone pulling on it there. And the referee gives a free out. The Salthill management not too happy with it. Bit of a wild pull from what I saw, but who it was, I'm not sure.
It was a bit late, Tom, in fairness now, and we do hear the Salthill Knockacarra mentors, shouting there, but sometimes you're allowed to pull on the ball, but not when there's a body in front of you or not when there's legs in front of you. And I think that's what happened there. It was, blocked down well by the Mooncoin defence. The Salthill Knockacarra player tried to get onto a breaking ball, but obviously there was a body in there in the way, and it was genuinely a proper decision and a free out for Mooncoin.
Yeah, perhaps from a bygone era you could pull on a ball like that, but consider dangerous play these days, and the game has indeed moved on in a lot of ways, and that is in fact one of them. Umpire and referee going in to have a word with each other. Thankfully, I think it was Martin O'Neill is okay to continue. Sorry, Martin O'Neill. Yeah, he's good enough to continue, so thankfully no injured party. We're going to get on with it. Still no major movement on the Mooncoin subs bench, of course, as I said already, without Niall Madden, the team captain. Did his cruise shit, so they're just picking up the mantle without him, continuing where they left off with that Leinster title. A lovely interchange there. Ball broken down by Kevin Crowley. Was good thinking, doesn't quite come off, but good work there by Stephen Piggott. Again, it's John Fitzgerald who breaks onto it. Ball flicked out to the side here, and just unable to clear their lines are Salthill. Ball comes back to Crowley. Crowley pulls on it. A little bit scrappy from Mooncoin, not as fluid as they were in the opening half so far, but they'll have another opportunity here now. There is Mr. Crowley. Oh, as claps blows because they thought it was over, but it actually went the other side of the post. A third wide of the half for Mooncoin. Puck out, struck quickly, and again, everywhere you seem to look, there's multiple Mooncoin players. Their fitness levels seem to be peaking at the right time in this All-Ireland semi-final. Bit of a sandwich there. It's Shane Kelly and John Cullinan Quinn. Put a Kilkenny man between them, illegally so, says the referee.
Scores have dried up as well, Tom. We've had only 3 points in the opening 12 minutes.
A goal and two even, in fact. Yeah, not even. We haven't even had 3 points. Have we?
Yeah, we've had 3 scores. Yeah,
3 scores.
We've had 22 scores in the first half. So I don't know whether Mooncoin have taken their foot off the pedal a small bit, or it's just they're happy, they're content with the lead that they have, and try and save a bit of energy maybe for the final. Yeah,
naturally enough, you'd suspect the fight has gone out of Salthill. Well, I'm sure they'll keep going. It's just that vigour that was there in the opening exchange is now indeed gone, as the advantage is stretched out to 18 thanks to a third free of the half from Patrick Walsh. Makes no mistake there, they're talking of him potentially being in Brian Cody's plans in the near future. The puck out, well, you're asking for scores, Tommy. You're getting one there. It's Walsh again, this time off the left, this time from play. Stretches it out again, and we're going to have another sub beneath us here.
Yeah, Salthill Knockacarra are going to bring in then to Gavin. He didn't start the game for some reason, and they're going to take off the cornerback, John Cullinan Quinn. So remaining with Patrick Morosum in there in the full back line, so changes there. But what a performance by Patrick Wells. I think 8 points I have him down for at the moment here. I have to double check that again, Tom, but regardless, he's got some scores, and probably the last one the best of them all.
Yeah, he just snapped up that puck out and straight over the bar, as Tommy mentioned there, into Gavin in. I was told it was tactical, the reason he was left out of the starting 15. He's out to prove a bit of a point, but that ball is sent wide, a 4th wide now for Mooncoin in this second half. Up to double digits now, that statistic for them. Something to hone in on ahead of the All-Ireland final. Of course, Croke Park, a different beast altogether compared to most county grounds around the country. Referee, let's play continue here. And indeed, the play does continue, and it finds its way to Kenise Crosby. Crosby had a sniff at goal earlier. He's going to look to go direct. He's Gets advantage here for the flick on the wrists. Ball finds its way across. Oh, off the outside of the post from Shane Kelly. A great effort from Kelly. Keeper was beaten, you must say. Two Salthill men look to gather it up with the second attempt. Getting in each other's way momentarily. Again, it's just a 50-50 pass, and that's a little bit of the undoing of the Salthill attack this afternoon. Lovely change of speed, change of direction from Kevin Crowley. Ball sent inside to Killian Hogan. A point in the first half. Hogan, can he add to it here? He doesn't have much support near him. Jinking one way and then the other from Rory MacDonald. Back outside to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald off the right. And John Fitzgerald adds to his point in the first half. Stretches that out. And I think that sums it up. Tommy, there was a chance at one end. Ball hits the post and just really not going Salthill's way today. And with some relative ease, it must be said, Mooncoin come down the other end and find a score the other one.
Absolutely. I mean, that was the second goal chance in this second half for the Galway lads. And, you know, when it's not your day, it's not your day. It comes ricocheting. Had the goalkeeper beaten all ends up, comes back off the post and away to safety. So, you know, it's just not happening. Mooncoin now have another chance to fire over another one, but it's gone out to the right, I think, this time.
Yeah,
you know, they've had 10 wides as well, or thereabouts. So the referee just blowing there for the second water break. But,
yeah, second water break. And looks like Sean O'Dwyer, who was left out of the starting 15, is going to be coming in. We'll see who for in a couple of moments, but the advantage stretched now to 20 points, a goal and 5 to no score basically since the half-time interval. Salthill a little bit down on their luck, as Tommy mentioned, hitting the outside of the post there. Another goal chance went to begging a couple of minutes ago, and a couple of other efforts have just gone amiss for them in this second half. But it's been all one-way traffic, certainly on the scoring front. 2 goals and 20 to 6 points. It's a nice position to be in if you're Mooncoin to know you're basically in an All-Ireland final with 15 minutes to go.
Yeah,
there's no stress really now in the next 15 minutes.
No, there's no stress for the management or the players or the supporters either. And I suppose if you're Willie Coogan, the manager of Mooncoin, would you be saying to yourself now, look, we have what we have. Can we give a run to some of the other substitutes? You know, they might be wanting to put their hand up, Tom, as well for a starting place in the All-Ireland final.
Yeah, see what they're made of at this level.
See what they're made of at this level. But, you know, just in defence of Salthill Knockacarra, I'd just like to make the point that they've done an awful lot of work at underage over the last number of years. They've been, you know, successful enough at under 14 and under 16 level. And just remember that hurling is their second sport, really.
In fairness, we've neglected to mention that they would predominantly be, obviously they're a senior football club, but predominantly a football stronghold, really. But thankfully hurling, you know, if you've a hurling hat on, it's coming up strong in the underage.
It is, yeah, and they're doing a lot of work at the underage. They've big numbers now, of course, in Salthill and the Knockacarra. But you know, I'd say Donald O'Shea and the management team here of Jim O'Donoghue will be very happy with the performance overall. Of course, they won't be happy with the score and losing out, but they came here as underdogs today. But they put in a good performance, in fairness.
Yeah, well, looks like we've a couple of subs. We've confirmed them when I have them, but another one being prepared by Mooncoin. James Elward is just warming up beneath us. Two goals and 20 to 6, so can they make any inroads? As great stuff there by Donald O'Shea. Sends it in direct to his inside forwards. But again, one and then a second from Mooncoin. It's very good defending all afternoon, it must be said. Not giving up an easy shot at all on Owen Purcell's goal. 2 Salthill men returning the favour here. Ruck developing. There'll be plenty of rucks down the road in Thomond Park later this afternoon. Just over to our right hand side, you can see the floodlights on there. Great to have sport back in such volume around the country. And this ruck maybe turned into a rolling maul, but after all that, as the ball did come out, the referee decides he wants to throw it in. So just when it looked to be getting away from that, we're going back in for it. So So a couple of subs there you may have overheard. Number 18, Neil Hyland, is in for Salthill. He replaces number 22, who did start again, Fergus Henney. And 22 has come on for Mooncoin. That is Lee Tracy, and he replaces number 20 who started. That was Kevin Crowley, the opening goal scorer. So a couple of more men getting action in an All-Ireland Club semi-final.
I see Mooncoin are going to bring in James Aylward as well down in front of us here. He's getting ready, being asked when can he go on. So yeah, they are going to make a couple of changes, and I think the likes of those lads that are on the fringe of this team, you know, are chomping at the bit, Tom, to get out there.
They will, yeah. They'll be hoping that they're going to see some action in Croke Park against Ballygiblin in February. So we will have the sub any moment. Great day for, I say smaller clubs. I know Salthill are a big club, but a great day for indeed smaller hurling teams who may not have ambitions of winning senior championships in their own county, that they can get this platform at the national level. As Tommy mentioned in the first half, Sean Kelly introduced these competitions in the early 2000s at intermediate and junior level, and they've stood the test of time. They've proven really popular around the country in both hurling and football, as 11 is going to make way. Martin Gannon is being replaced by number 19 James Aylward. So Aylward, he was ready about 5 or 6 minutes ago, telling the management, let me on now. So he comes into the action. Mooncoin able to name 37 man panel. Shows you down there on that the banks of the shore that hurling is very much still a dominant sport, albeit that they're not at the height of their powers like they were in the 20s and 30s when they were winning senior championships. But as we know, the Kilkenny hurling tiers are very competitive at senior, intermediate and indeed junior. The ball sent long by the goalkeeper inside to a man we saw plenty of in the first half, Adam Croke, but he spills up possession. Ball out to Shawnee Joyce, and Joyce finds a runner, and a man, it's Shane Kelly, who's been, in fairness to him, quite busy since he came out of corner forward, but just runs out of a bit of gas there. And referee letting play continue. He's tried to let it flow, it must be said, this afternoon. And good stuff there from Shawnee Joyce. He hasn't given up the fight. Finds it inside to Neil Hyland, the substitute. Hyland off the left. Is this their opening score of the second half? The umpire on the right hand side nods to say yes, it is. And something for Neil Hyland to be happy about. I'm sure another man who was maybe a little bit disappointed not to be among the starting team, as Donald Lachey, I should say, almost intercepts the puck out. He does intercept the ball now. And a man of his quality is not going to miss an opportunity like that. And just like that, Tommy, no scores in the opening 20 minutes of the second half, 2 in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, waiting for 20 minutes to get their opening score, and then they get 2, as you say, almost immediately, one after another. So, yeah, look, they'll be happy enough, like, you know, that they're putting in a performance, but they're really up against a very good team that's, you know, probably a little step ahead of them in terms of where they are in junior ranks. But look, they'll be happy enough, but they don't want to lose by too much at the same time.
Yeah, ball sent wide there by Patrick Walsh. Or Salthill will be still in the junior ranks in Galway next year, having not won the junior championship outright. So plenty of them to build on, having won the Connacht title. Got straight to that final, but did the job on the day. So ball sent in. The corner forward, since it's going to be short. Goalkeeper touches it on the hurl. Just about gets the ball away to Brendan Moran. Moran is blocked down. And ball sent in. That's going to be just outside the post to the left and wide. And there's a couple of substitutions beneath us here. The wides tally really not favouring Mooncoin. The second half, 7-1. Patrick Walsh is called ashore. So a double substitution there from Mooncoin. James Delahunty and Conor Brophy in for Patrick Walsh and Jim Delahunty. So good opportunity for Willie Coogan, the Bonishdoor, to ring the changes, give guys experience at this level ahead of the big day out next month against, as I said already, Ballygiblin of Cork. Ball switched across here. Lovely snap by the corner forward, Killian Hogan. And Hogan got 1 point in the first half. Adds to that now in the second half. And good quality passing on display at various stages in this contest from the men from Mooncoin, but Salthill just running out of energy now, you feel. 7 or 8 minutes left here. Good block there on that occasion, batted down. 2, 3 Salthill men there. One of them comes up with it. That's the halfback, Stephen Piggott. Swatch it across to Shawnee Joyce. Joyce, seen plenty of him this afternoon. Again, this is a pretty mean Mooncoin defence. You get nothing easy from them. Just 8 points coughed up in this contest. Will it be more here? Ball taken on by Crosby. Crosby keeps going with a great one. Arm outstretched for advantage, and the referee says we'll go back for that advantage, and he's going to put a Mooncoin man in the book.
He's been effective, hasn't he, in the second half, Kenneth Crosby. You know, he's taken on the role of you know, leader up there in the front, and he's ran at the Mooncoin defence, and anytime he's done that, he's caused a little bit of problem inside. Yeah,
well, enough of a problem here, because the defender is going to get booked for his troubles, and Donald O'Shea is going to have, you would assume, a tap over free. But great to see that Henry Shefflin has scoured the county for talent, and he comes up with Donald O'Shea. Of course, obviously would have been known to people for his exploits at minor level. As O'Shea lifts and strikes, and we're going to have another sub beneath us, so O'Shea brings them ever closer to that 10-point mark. So in case you didn't catch that, Rory MacDonald is called ashore for Salthill, and number 23 in his place, that is Rian McNeil. So chance for McNeil to get a bit of game time at this level, and ball recycled back now. Opens out the shoulders. Is it going in? It is. It's going all the way in and over the bar. Not sure exactly who.
Martin O'Neill again.
Martin O'Neill, yeah. Well, we mentioned that Martin O'Neill is normally a forward, but brought back to stop the influence of Donald O'Shea. And, well, you can argue whether he did that or not, but he certainly has influenced his side going forward with lovely long-range scores. Great work by O'Neill.
2 points from win-back is a good tally. I know we said he's normally playing in the forwards, but you know, his score getting from long range out the field, as well as his what you alluded to, his man marking job on Donald O'Shea earlier, was he was there to do a job. He's done that, but he's thrown in 3 points for good measure as well, Tom. Yeah, his long range scoring as the yellow card is flashed in the face of Shane Kelly. Dejected looking Shane Kelly, it must be said. Well, they'll be back. They'll give the Junior Championship a good rattle in Galway, I'm sure, next year. As O'Neill strikes the free. Well, you can't add to that from a dead ball. 8 wides now, I make it in the second half from Mooncoin. The foot off the gas ever so slightly, but the game long put to bed here, as Daniel O'Flaherty got the opening score of the game, and you just thought that Salthill might kick on from there, but never really happened for them. Lovely tidy passing, I say that. Commentator's curse, as the ball finds its way directly to a Salthill jersey. Ball sent inside by Shane Kelly. Again, and it finds its way. Snapped up nicely by O'Shea. And you can just see from O'Shea that he has that hand-eye coordination needed to succeed at the elite level. Ball spills up off his opponent. Without hesitation, he sticks out the left paw and adds to his tally. That's 10 now for Salthill. If you were to take a very, very, very small moral victory, is that they've managed to reach that tally. They haven't given up the fight. They've got 4 of the last 6 scores, so they just haven't completely down tools, it must be said. But still a massive, massive margin for Mooncoin. Jinx one way and jinx the other does Crosby. Crosby off the left, a little bit off balance and off target with that one. And Tommy, if we just chat a minute for a little bit anyway about Henry Shefflin, it's the highest profile appointment indeed this year at senior intercounty management in either code, really, isn't it? And, exciting times for Galway. Exciting times for Galway, but I suppose Henry can only do a certain amount. He's got to get, you know, it's the 15 players that go out over the line, Tom. There's going to have to do the business for Galway. We started off with a good win over Offaly, but a very, very disappointing defeat then to Dublin. They were beaten by 19 points. Rectified it a little bit yesterday against Antrim when they brought in a few more experienced heads along with the young lads, and didn't qualify for the final of the Walsh Cup, but still a lot of work to be done. The league will tell us a lot more about where we're going, and if St. Thomas's have the players back, and see how the squad is going. But certainly exciting times, and especially around Galway, there's a big buzz there at the moment.
Yeah, the buzz is back in Galway hurling, it would appear. Martin O'Neill, well, he's wearing number 5. He might as well be wearing number 15, because that's 4 points now from play from him. Well, he may never be lining out in the forwards again. If he keeps this up, they'll be considering him the modern day wing back, an attacking man, a man who can shoot from distance. Great score from O'Neill. And
he's involved in so much play for Mooncoin today. You mightn't just see it, if you're watching it on TV with us, you just mightn't see all the stuff that he's involved in. But looking at him here, he's involved everywhere. He's popping up in the full back line, he's popping up around the middle of the field, and he's score getting as well. His 4 points are top class, each and every one of them. And he really is probably the star of the show for them so far out there.
Yeah, injury concerns ahead of the final. There's clearly one beneath us here, Martin Gannon, the centre forward. He was brought off a short time ago. I wasn't sure the reason. He's just down in front of us here. Bit of trouble with his knee, and you'd hope that no player would miss an All-Ireland final through injury, but bit of a pat in the back to say he'll be all right there. Hopefully he will be okay come that deciding day. Can they get to that 30-point mark? One more will do it. Just toying with their opposition really here, but this shot isn't the best, but it finds its way down to the inside forward. Good work again by Shawnee Joyce. Joyce has been a busy man for Salthill as the ball spills around there. Another bit of a ruck developing, and again Joyce in amongst it, but again Mooncoin come away with it. Ball back and over the bar. John Fitzgerald got that goal that more or less sealed this contest early in the second half, and now he adds another point to bring him to 32, 24 to 10. So 20-point margin, and I think Salthill are looking for the whistle, but they're going to have to wait 2 more minutes for that. Mooncoin and Ballygiblin. I've seen Ballygiblin in the flesh in a Munster semi-final, so that will be a tasty final, you would imagine. Like many of these lower tier deciders, they could potentially be a cracking game. I do recall Father O'Neill's and Tullaroan a couple of years ago at intermediate level being one of the best games you could imagine. So can another consolation score come the way of Salthill? Crosby, lovely stick work from Crosby. He'll be happy with that one. Jinks one way and the other off the hurl and fires it over the bar. So just cutting the gap back ever so slightly. Just over a minute to go here. As Mooncoin await that whistle, which will be cheered. Oh, it's another injury concern now. John Fitzgerald limping out of a challenge there, and everything else went so well. I say he's injured. Now that is pretty remarkable stuff from John Fitzgerald. He may indeed be injured, but he stands there, gets the pass. Oh, ball intercepted from the puck out and fired straight back over by our main man Adam Croke. We haven't seen much of him in the second half. But, well, how about that from John Fitzgerald? He was waiting medical treatment, ball came his way, touched it into the hand and fired it over. And from the resultant puck out, ball finds its way to Adam Croke. And Croke stretches it out again, 2:26 now. It's impressive scoring, no matter what the opposition, in just an hour's worth of hurling. As a free awarded here now for Mooncoin. And a bit of dissent. Nathan Wall not happy with that. Nathan Wall from the Ballincollig club in Cork, but originally from Middleton, I'm told. So making his way in the refereeing world, and important that we've a good standard of referee across the grades. And he's let his contest flow as much as he could this afternoon, in fairness to him, as the free now will be taken by Adam Croak. So Croak goes through his little routine and sends it off to the left and wide. You'd feel that that is going to be that. The referee has the left paw up. He's looking for the slitter. The goalkeeper ignores him, but that's full time here in the two Gaelic round. Salthill, Knockacarra, 11 points. Mooncoin, 226. Tommy, which Galway had on a disappointing afternoon for Salthill. They never really got into it after the opening score after only 20 seconds. Just struggled to match the quality that Mooncoin showed throughout the field.
Yeah, I think once the goal went in, Tom, after the first water break, the tide was turning in favour of Mooncoin, and they never looked back from there. And they were given, plenty of it from Salthill Knockacarra in the terms of physicality and battling for possession, but they had too much class up front, and they're a powerful unit when they get going up front. They're a big physical side that will take beating in the All-Ireland final for sure, and they have a fine spread of scorers, Tom, as well, which is very impressive. Martin O'Neill, Sean Gannon in the middle of the field, Quilty, John Fitzgerald, Adam Croak, Patrick Walsh, Killian Hogan, substitutes Kevin Crowley, just to name a few, all scored. So Salthill will be disappointed to lose, but I think they'll learn a lot from this going forward for next year's junior championship in Galway, and they can hold their heads up high. They were beaten well and truly on the day, but as you did say, they got into double figures on the scoreboard, and I think at the end of the day they'll be happy enough to have got to the All-Ireland semi-final.
Yeah, well, Ballygiblin 420 to 12 point winners. That's 20 points. This was 226 to 11, so not much in it in that point of view. Both sides basically getting up to the 32 point mark, so that does promise, Tommy, to be an intriguing final. Cork and Kilkenny, as you mentioned, have kind of been the two, I suppose, the leading lights in this junior championship since its inception. So we were expecting fairly even keel. Those two counties with their tiered system seem to have it right, and you'd be expecting a pretty tense and a pretty close contest in Croke Park in a couple of weeks. Yeah,
we look forward to that one, Tom, for sure, and it should be interesting, it should be intriguing, and there might not be a lot between them either, I'm imagining, and great to see two teams go head to head in Croke Park at junior level again, and they have time now to go away. The most important thing is that Mooncoin look after their injuries now. They picked up one before today, as you mentioned. Their captain was injured with a cruciate. There's one or two more gone off there today with injuries as well, so I think the physio table now is an important thing for the next few days for those that are injured, and let's hope that they do. As you said, every lad who will get a jersey in the starting 15 is free and from injury and able to start, because you want to see everybody get a chance to play in Croke Park on All-Ireland final day.
Yeah, you must certainly do. Well, that's to come. It's going to be Ballygiblin of Cork against Mooncoin of Kilkenny. Will the Roses of Mooncoin be played out in Croke Park again in a couple of weeks? We'll wait and see, but delight down to our left hand side as Mooncoin celebrate getting back to the decider where they fell short against Mayfield just a few years ago. So commiserations, it must be said, to Salthill Knockacarra. They'll regroup ahead of the 2022 championship, but it's certainly Mooncoin's day here in Limerick. That's all we have time for. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll talk to you again soon.